Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. In this video today, I'm going to tell you how to make a flight plan, and while making this video, I'm keeping this thing in my mind that the beginners will be watching it, so that's why I will just keep things really simple. Actually, over a period of time, there is a mix of viewers on my channel who actually have some expertise in the flight simulation, and there are some people who are actually beginners. So while making a video, it gets really difficult that, for whom I'm making this video. So this is especially for the beginners, and I will just take you through the basics of the flight planning. Although there is a video on my channel in which I have told you how to configure the electronic flight bag, but it was just kind of a walkthrough. But in this video, I will just try to go into the details of flight planning. So let's go to free flight, and I would recommend the Cessna 172 for the beginners. Just start with this plane. It's a very nice one. It has Garmin G1000 in it, and you can just do flights with it. It is capable of carrying out ILS approach and landings, and plus it also has autopilot. So this is a nice beginner level plane. In order to select a plane, you can just search for it. Let's say right now it's already selected, but if you cannot see the plane that you are going to select, just type in here. And then you can get Cessna, you can configure it, you can change the livery and plus the type of plane that you're going to fly. You can select a cargo, Cessna 172, or one with aerial advertising, or one with the passengers. So I've selected this one. And then again, you can select the livery. Let's go back and save and back and to this page. Now over here, you can do a few things. If you go to flight conditions, you can select whether you want live weather, or you want to get a preset, or you want a custom. You can go for the live weather and air traffic. You can also get the live one or the AI, or you can turn it off if you don't want it. And plus for the time, you can just get the live time and weather and everything, and then you have got everything live. So traffic of the past 24 hours there. Weather is available, and live players are also available. So I always fly on these settings, but when I'm making a video, obviously then I'm flying in the morning, so I just move the slider, just set it over here in the morning, and then I do the recordings. But otherwise, I'm always using live. Go back. Now, let's start with the flight planning. And first of all, you can see this departure and arrival. You can just select any departure, any arrival, and you have to use the ICAO code. You can also type in the airport name. So let's say if I want to go from Lahore to Islamabad, my favorite route in Pakistan. I've been flying a lot on this route, a short one. Although with Cessna 172, it takes around about 1 hour and 45 minutes. And in jet planes, I think it's 45 minutes or 1 hour. So Islamabad International Airport is my departure, and arrival is sorry, I said Islamabad International Airport in Lahore. Yes, that's what I said. And Islamabad International, they actually rhyme. I just got confused. What did I say? Okay, and this is Islamabad International Airport, OPIS. So these are the two airports that I'm using for this flight. Now you can see there's something really good over here in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. You get the wind, the direction of the wind, and plus the speed of the wind, and plus you get the clouds. Visibility. So right now the wind is from the 91-degree direction, and the speed is 6 knots, 5,616 feet. You can get the clouds, and visibility is less than 5 nautical miles. And similarly, you can see it for Islamabad International Airport. Now, if you look at your screens, you will see that there is a straight line from this airport to another. And now it's time to make a flight plan. One more thing, the flight time is given 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's obviously based on the straight line, but I think if you are flying all the procedures, it goes up to 1 hour and 45 minutes. The distance is also coming, 154 nautical miles, and the fuel is coming, 13.19 gallons that you will be carrying in this flight. So let's go to electronic flight bag. And let's have a look at the flight plan. So once you go over here, you will see this flight plan. So this is automatically updated. Now the best thing is this, as a beginner, you can simply accept this flight plan and you can fly this flight. Now this is the departure runway, and it is taking you to this point, Akbar. If I just zoom out, you will see this point Akbar. And then this is a complete flight plan which goes up till this point Isdur. And then the plane turns left. Actually, this is the Islamabad International Airport. And now there are two runways for Islamabad International Airport. One is over here. We have 28 left and right, and then 10 left and right. As you can see, it's coming over here. Runway 10 left. So this is the one that's being used for the landing. And these are runways 28 left and right. Okay. So now there are many things actually, and I just try to explain everything to you. Now in this approach, what will happen is this, that at this point the plane will actually turn left. It will go all the way here to this point, and then it will turn right, and then it will turn further right, and it will land on runway 10 left. So this procedure is there, and right now you can see it's a very straight line from Akbar to Isdur, and that's it. And then you have the departure and arrival. Now let's go to this page and try to understand what's over here. So for every airport, there are two things. One is a SID, which is known as the Standard Instrument Departure, and another one is the STAR, which is Standard Terminal Arrival. So departure is obviously for the airport from where you are flying out, and Standard Terminal Arrival is actually for the airport we are going to land. So right now you can see the runway is already there. I can change the runway if I want. And let's say if I select 18 left, and if I just go back, then now this flight plan is as per this runway. But now you can see there is this straight line from here. But runway 18 left is over here. So if you are on runway 18 left and you are about to take off, you will be actually going in this direction, like this. You'll go like this, you'll fly, and then you have to come back. But as I have not selected a SID, which is a Standard Instrument Departure, that's why it's coming like this. So that's why I have to add a departure. So in order to add a departure, remember this thing, that my first point is Akbar. If you remember, the flight plan that was automatically selected by this flight planner was Akbar. So if I just look at these points, all the departure procedures, you can see there is one thing coming as AKBE1E, which is actually leading me, taking me to Akbar. As you can see, the color has changed and it is now showing you. So this is the point that you should be using, or the Standard Instrument Departure. If I change procedure and if I look at the flight plan, now it is there. So I will take off from this runway, and I will just then turn right. Obviously, it's north up. It's going left, but I will turn right. And from here, I will go to this point, LA401, and then it will take me to Akbar, and then similarly to Isdur, and that's it. Now, if I want to change the runway for Islamabad International Airport, I can also do that. So let's say I select runway 28 left. And now you can see ILS 28 left via direct. It's there. So if I just go back and look at the flight plan, now Isdur is gone. There is some point coming II28L, which is for the 28 left. And now it's taking me to this point, 28 left. There is another thing you can see over here. This is a sign. This is actually a VOR. So once I'm doing a video to explain the VORs for 172, I'll explain it to you. But all these points are coming, and that's it. You can do this flight. Now, another thing, remember, for the airport where you're going to land, there are basically two things. One is the approach and one is the arrival. So first of all, you have to select the approach, and then you have to select the arrival. So right now for Islamabad, I've selected an approach, 28 left, and I can simply fly this approach without flying an arrival. But I can select an arrival. So what if I select an arrival? But before this, even selecting the arrival, I can find a route. So if I click this option, so it will take me to this point, Indek, Punop, Isdur, RNN, MOXIT. So it has already actually picked up some waypoints automatically. Can I just go back and have a look at it? So now this flight plan makes more sense, because before from Akbar, it was a straight line to Isdur. But actually, if you're making a flight plan, even if you're using SimBrief or any other flight planner, it will actually give you this kind of a flight plan. But over here, you will see that there is something really strange happening. From II-28L, if I just go back, from ISDOR, there is RN and MOXIT. So ISDOR, the plane, the runway is here. It will first go to RN. This is actually the old airport. Then it will go to this point, MOXIT. I don't know why this plan is there. And then it will just go back to this point, II-28L, and then it will go for the landing. So we don't need these points. I can remove them. If I click, I can remove it from the flight plan, but somehow I don't think so. It will work. I don't know, maybe in the next future updates when we have a fixture for these things, this will start working. But right now you cannot do this. So if you look at this flight plan, you don't need RN and MOXIT. So you can just go and remove RN and MOXIT. And if I just look at the flight plan again, you have Indec, Punop, ISDOR, and then the plane will land. Now I can select an arrival. Now for the arrival as well, even if you look at it, there is this point Indec. So after Indec, there is an arrival procedure. So do you see anything related to Indec, IN, Indy 1B, A1A? So these are actually the arrival procedures if you're coming from Indec, because this is the last waypoint in the flight plan, and then afterwards there is an arrival procedure. So if I select Indy 1A, you will see this line is automatically drawn. So this flight plan already had this arrival procedure. If I select Indy 1B, it's also there. So either 1A or 1B, because it makes sense. And then I can just change the procedure. Now, why we select the arrival procedure? For approach, there are certain approach procedures. What should be the altitude? What should be the speed? And similarly, for arrival, there are procedures. So now we have a nice working flight plan, and we have a departure. We have a proper flight plan with different waypoints. And then we have arrival and an approach, and that's it. So this is the arrival procedure. From Indec, arrival procedure. Let's say your altitude should not be less than 6,000 feet. And afterwards, the approach procedure starts. If you go back, you can also look at the airport charts. They're very important. Initially, only Navigraph was the source from where you can just get the charts. But the best thing about the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is that it has the airport charts in it. How to access them? If you see this icon, and then you'll get this option. So first of all, this is the information of the airport. So this is the ACAO code, the GPS position, the elevation from the sea level, and the size large. Then you get the weather. It's coming. Wind is coming. I think it's not picking up right now. But the air pressure is coming and the temperature is coming. Then you have got multiple runways, and then you have the frequencies for the radio communication. Okay. Now if you see this sign, the map sign, you can have all the departure procedures. So right now you can see RNP says runway 18 left, 36 left and right, and similarly 18 left and right, and there are different departures and procedures. So I'm using 18 left. So if I just go back and RNP says, so this is actually required navigational precision. This is for the departure. If I just select 18 left, I can filter. So I can see it for 36 right, 36 left, and 18 right and 18 left. They're almost the same. So if I open this, I will see a chart. And as a beginner, it will be a bit difficult for you to read, but you will get used to it. So now how to read the departure. Actually now, this is runway 18 left. It starts here. And if you fly from runway 18 left, you will go here. Now, after flying, you will go in different directions in the world. Either you can go west, north, south, and east. Interestingly, the heading of the Islamabad International Airport is like 360. It's exact north. So right now, these flights are going towards east, if I just want to keep it at a high level. And these are going towards west, and this is towards north. So now you can see Akbar 1E and Akbar 2E. Adnim 2E is coming. So this point will take you to Akbar, as I've shown you before. This point will take you to Adnim. And this departure will take you to Mukwi, to Laksab, and that's it. So if you look at your flight plan, you have Akbar in it, so you can select Akbar 1E. It's really simple. So this is the departure. So even if you want to read the departure procedures, you can just go and have a look at it. As a beginner, remember this thing, you have to spend a lot of time. Don't simply get into the plane and start flying. Just have a look at the approach plates and plus the departure procedures so that you're really aware of the situation and you are aware of the surroundings and you know what is going on. So spend a lot of time on these charts and try to understand them. Similarly, if I just go back and I select this information for OPIS, again I can have the weather, the runways and the frequencies. And it says recommended. So right now you can see recommended is also coming. So it means there is a favorable wind, and instead of using runway 28 left or right, I should be using runway 10 right for the landing, or 10 left as it was selected before. So that's why when you make a flight plan, the Microsoft Flight Simulator automatically picks up the runways that are in use right now as per the wind and all the weather conditions. So that's why I always try to pick up the recommended runways if you want to get some realism in the flight simulation. Now if I just click here, you will see initially I was looking at the departures, and now we have arrivals. For this airport, obviously for Islamabad I will not be looking at the departures. I will be looking at arrivals and approaches. So let's look at the arrival. So this is the arrival, and let's give it some time to load. So now this is the arrival chart. As you can see, there is this point ISDOR coming, which was already there in your flight. So basically, if any plane is about to land at 28 left or right, and no matter it's coming from north, it's coming from south, east or west, from any part of the world, they actually come and converge at this point, ISDOR. So if I zoom in, you will see if a plane is coming from here. Let's say when I do flights from the Middle East, when I'm traveling to Islamabad in real life, the plane actually comes from here, Kimul. And it goes up to this point, and then it goes to ISDOR, and from here there is a procedure for the approach, and the plane goes and lands. So this is actually the star. So that's how you read the star. And there is another one. I think this is different if you are about to land. Yes, again, this is all converging at ISDOR. So we have different stars. And the name of the stars are given, Kalmi 1B, Dem to 1E, and this is Index 1E. You can also use this, but we are using 1A. If I just look at it, Index 1A. This is the one that I'm using. So always in your flight plan, try to look at the point and in your flight plan, the last point, and then you can just match the arrival's name in order to get the right arrival. Now, the flight plan is ready and you can easily do a flight. But before this, there are a few other things that you have to do. You have to get the fuel and the cargo. So now come to the flight performance. If you click this icon, you have the aircraft. Now you have the seats available right now. Quick fill. You can have passengers. You can set the weight of all the passengers, how much weight you want to carry. So let's say all 4x4 seats are now full, 108 pounds. So this is actually based on the weight of the people in the plane. So let's say 572 pounds. Then cargo. Are you carrying any cargo? You can just take the cargo. Okay. And then for the fuel, how much fuel is coming? 13.19 gallons. Right now it's coming in gallons. You can change it to pounds. And right now it's 14. So you can keep it like this, or maybe you can, if you want some extra fuel, you can move the slider and you can have 15 gallons of fuel. You're not paying from your pocket, so no need to worry about it. Let's go back. And that's it. Now, this doesn't come. Maybe in the future it will start coming. This is actually the performance calculation for the takeoff. Now, this is the pilot log. So far, let's say I've done 12 takeoffs and 4 landings. It's really embarrassing. Every time I make a video, I open up this page and I feel really embarrassed. I don't know. There are many times I just aborted the flight. I just thought, let's go with it. But now I've seriously started to carry out the full flights. Your distance, total travel distance is coming, and plus hours. Now, in the settings, you can do a few things. You can increase or decrease the size of this electronic flight bag, and plus you can click this option to take it to other screen, and you can just close it again to bring it back to this view, and then you can have horizontal or vertical layout. Now, brightness, I don't think so you can change it right now. And then you have the units of measure over here. You can get knots, feet or meters, distance, weight in kgs, and volume of fuel in liters or gallons, or temperature, Fahrenheit or Celsius. That's it. Now you have the flight planner, and the flight plan is there. Now let's do a few more things, a few more flight plans, and let's have a better understanding, because different airports have got different behaviors, different approaches, different arrivals. Obviously, if you're flying in Pakistan, it's different. Flying in Europe, it's a bit different. But the basics remain the same. So let's say I'll do another flight plan, which is from Abu Dhabi International Airport to Dubai. This is the one I also covered in previous video. So this is also another flight that you can do. Let's go to electronic flight bag and click this icon and have a look at. No, I don't want this. I want to go to the flight plan. My plane is actually parked somewhere in Africa. Every time it happens, when you don't, or rather, it's in the sea. So let's go to Dubai and have a look at it. Now again, you can see this flight plan is there. You really don't have to get into the hassle of making a flight plan and doing everything. You can see it's already there. If you want to change it, again, the procedure and everything, you can just do it yourself. Let's say for OMA, let's get the runways and let's see what are the recommended runways for the takeoff. So it's 31 left, which is recommended right now. And it's already picking up the 31 left. So obviously, you don't need to change it, and don't want to even change the procedure. But again, these are all the departure procedures. You can just select the departure procedure and you can see where it's taking you. So it's taking you somewhere here. And maybe you can use this screen to look at the departures, or just simply click back. It will not change. But if you, let's say, select a departure and you select change procedure, then it will be changed. So right now, if I click back, it will remain the same. Nothing will happen. So even for this airport, let's say if I click this information button and if I go to the maps and for the departures, sorry, again, I just forgot, it's 31 left. So if I just go back and if I look at 31 left, so now these are the standard instrument departure for 31 left. It will take some time to load, and that's it. So multiple departures. So if you're taking off from 31 left, you'll go in this direction. Now, let's say if you're going here, you can take 2 departure procedures, and then if you're going towards this side of the world, you will fly like this. You turn heading 029, 097, and then you go back to 07, 217, and you come to this point. And if you want to go to Dubai, obviously either this point, Toulon, or Lauren. It's totally up to you. Whatever the point you pick up. So if I go back, you can see it's there. Again, you can see it's a simple flight plan. It has a departure, and it has an arrival procedure, and it also has a star, or it also has an approach. But if I want to find a route, I don't think so it will find a route, because there's nothing. Because it's a very short flight, so there's no route. But let's say if I fly to another country. So let's say if I start my flight from Dubai, OMDB, let's delete this. And if I want to go to Qatar, long distance, 1 hour 47 minutes flight, 213 nautical miles away. I can do this flight. Let's go to electronic flight bag and let's have a look at the flight plan. So it's already there. Let's click this and you can see this flight plan is there. Now, this is the departure procedure, and this departure procedure actually after the takeoff will take us to these points: DB570, 582, 583, Imopo, Gibur. There are different waypoints, and it will take me to this point, Sempa. Now, after this point, there is a straight line, no other waypoint coming because there is no route, and then you have an arrival procedure. It will take you to this point, Legma, and not even the arrival procedure. This is actually a direct approach. It's not even arrival. If you go back, you will see arrival procedure is selected, but yes, I think HAYYF, it acts the same way. It is actually like this. So even it has selected, it should actually take you to this point, and then, it can fly all the way like this, and then you land. So what's the route? Yeah, now it's populated. So instead of taking you directly to Legma, it's, taking you through all this path. So if you want to get rid of it, just click this option, change procedure, and direct. No need to even, and check this option, change procedure, because if you just simply go back, it will not be saved. You have to select this option, change procedure. Have a look at the flight plan, and now we have a straight flight plan. So with Cessna 172, obviously you don't need any arrival procedures. It's required for actually big planes when you're flying at 30,000 feet and you have to, decrease your altitude and land and stuff like this. And then, it goes left, it goes right, makes kind of a snake turns. So if I am not wrong, if I want to add an arrival, let's say, because I've been flying a lot, these are the arrivals. So if you're coming for runway 36 left or right, 34 left or right, so this is 34 right is the most commonly used runway. As you can see, it's selected right now. So if I want to select an arrival, it's like this. Either you come to this point, Tosna. So now the flight plan will actually change. It will go to this point, Tosna, and from there, it will just follow this whole arrival procedure. If I just go back and do one more thing, find the route. Now you can see there are so many waypoints updated. So the plane, instead of going in a straight line, it will just follow all these waypoints. Let's have this flight plan again. So you can see before this, Sempa, after this point, there was a straight line towards the approach and the plane was landing. Now it's going like this, and then it will come like this. So you can delete any of the points. Let's say I don't want to go to Nalpo and Sokak. What are the points? So I can remove it. And if I just have a look at it again, Kivus, I don't even want them. So let's get rid of it. Lovet, let's see where Lovet is. Lovet will be here. Here is the Lovet. Okay, so you can also get rid of this. Now with this, I can add arrival. So let's say Tosna 1J. Now you can see the plane actually is going like this. So now if I add the arrival, the plane, instead of going in a straight line from this, if you look at the magenta line from this point, then the flight plan will change. It will go to this point, Tosna, and from there is an arrival procedure and the plane will follow that. Just click this option and go back. And now you can see it's kind of a zigzag plan. So after Totku, the plane is going to Lovet. So let's get rid of Lovet as well. And let's see. Now it's fixed. Okay. And then it's breaking up from here, from Mansik to Legma. It's not connected. Actually, if you are landing at this airport in Qatar, in Ahmed International Airport, after this point, Mansik, the plane is actually follows the vectors given by the radar. If I just go back, and if I look at the procedure for 34 right, let's go have a look at the map, 34 right, and approach. Let's look at the approach, 34 right. You see, it's already green, so you really don't have to find it. So I think it should be written over here, vectors given by the radar. Let's say anyway. Oh, right now, maybe I cannot find it. But let's go for the arrivals. Let's see if it's mentioned in the arrivals somewhere. But it mentions. This is actually, if you select complex airports, then the things get really complex, muxed. So this is the point, expect runway. Yeah, you can see expect 2,500 for runway 34. So this is actually the altitude even given to you by the ATC. And similarly, maybe I have skipped it, I cannot find it. Anyhow, but after this point, actually, the approach is flown given by the heading given by the ATC. So that's why there is a discontinuity. The line is not connected. So what you can do is this, you can simply get rid of it and fly a direct approach. Change procedure and have a look at it. And you have a direct approach. That's it. Now when you see a line in this color, it means this is a missed approach procedure. So let's say if you want to fly and come back again, you cannot land due to any reason, then this is actually the line you follow for the missed approach. So I think I've covered a lot in this video related to the flight planning. So it's really simple. Just go back. Let's do it again one more time as a refresher, and then let's wrap up this video. So I'll go from Dubai to Qatar, OTHH. And sorry, Hamad International Airport. Let's go to electronic flight bag. Let's have a look at it. And it's not coming. Oh, sorry. I haven't selected this airport. Let's do it again. So Dubai International Airport to Hamad International Airport, electronic flight bag. Look at the flight and the flight plan is there. No need to tinker around. If you want, you can do that. But otherwise, I've told you. Then what you can do is this. If you want to have further flavor to it, you can find a route. You can add more waypoints to it. And then you can add the arrival procedure, as I've told you before, looking at the star. And then you can also change the procedure. So now once you have the flight plan, you can just simply file this plan with the ATC. So once you're doing an ATC communication, you can easily carry out the ATC. Yeah, you can see bandwidth too low, loading times may be extended. My internet is good, not really bad, but anyhow. So I can file this plan with the ATC, plan this file. There was a tongue twister. And then I can send this route to avionics. Now, there are many people who are actually asking me this question that, they have tried to do it with the Airbus A320 or the A330. It's not working. I even tried it before. So what I've come to know is this, that if there is already an electronic flight bag in the plane, let's say in case of Airbus A320, or you have the 340 or any other airplane which has the electronic flight bag, then this will not work. So this will only work in the planes in which you can see this electronic flight bag, this one. If you see this electronic flight bag, then for this, you can make a flight. Otherwise, for the other planes, you have to use SIMBRI for this. So that's it. Now, if I'll go to the plane, this information will already be there in the avionics system. And in this case, the case of Garmin 1000, which is in the Cessna 172, you will see the flight plan. Now, you can also save this flight plan, and you can just load this flight plan anytime you want. So it will become really easy for you. Now we have done the fueling, we have done the flight planning. All we have to do is just get in the plane, make a flight plan, and just fly the plane. So the next videos that I will be making, I will tell you how to start the Cessna 172, and then how to fly it using the autopilot. And then there are many topics that are to be covered: how to fly VOR approaches, how to fly VOR navigation, and plus there are so many other things. There is also an RNAV approach. I will also tell you how to fly the RNAV approach. So hopefully in this video I've covered all the parts related to flight planning over here. But if there is something missing, you can always ask me in the comment section and I can make a video for that. And if you want to add anything to this video, this comment section is there for you. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.